Hey guys and girls, my name is Alan, and today I'll be covering the topics that I said I was going to try and cover in the last video, but never quite got around to it. So I'm going to use this video, which is a little bit shorter, but hopefully try and cram in more information. Yeah, we'll see how that works. So in the previous video I did talk about weapons briefly, just about the generic types, LMGs, assault rifles and so on and so forth. I never really touched on attachments. Now, attachments are very similar to how they worked in Black Ops 2. So you've got your standard stuff like reticles, optics, and then you've got like extended mags or quick draw and so on and so forth. None of those change, they all stay similar. The big change, however, is thermal is a little bit different to how it was. It's I think they've sort of not copied Advanced Warfare, but they've updated it to be a bit more. You know it's thermals at this point. There's no grey scale anymore. It's like body signatures stand out in orange because it's hot, and then the background is blue because it's it's cooler and so on and so forth. So that's one big change. The other big change in the optic department is not optic gaming, but optics as in the weapon attachments, is that the target finder. There you go. The target finder from Black Ops 2 is now gone, which is a shame. Well, I mean, it's a shame because I liked using it, but on the other side it was a little bit OP. That's now been replaced by the boa or something. Basically the thing that I'm using on screen now. And as you can see, when an enemy is within the crosshairs, the rim of the optic actually lights up. So it doesn't pinpoint the enemy, it just lets you know there's an enemy that you're looking at. So it's obviously not as good as the target finder, which pretty much highlighted an enemy, which made it stupidly easy for you to pick out targets that were sort of hidden or whatever. Whereas this one just lets you know that you've already got an enemy in sight, but the whole point of you aiming is that you already know the enemy's there. So I'm not really sure how useful this sight is, and the whole thing just sort of, I don't know, kind of, it's a bit distracting at times actually. So I'm sort of leaning away from using it, but like I said, it's still early in the game and I haven't really used it much on many weapons, so we'll wait and see how that goes. In the attachments department, one of the big changes is rapid fire. In the previous game, you'd increase your rate of fire of any weapon, well, whichever weapon you're using on, but the damage produced by the bullets was reduced. So so you'd have a faster rate of fire, but you'd have reduced damage on the weapon. So that's why I never really liked using it, because that's kind of pointless. What's the point in increasing your rate of fire but then reducing your damage for each single shot? In this game, however, they've reduced the actual percentage that your weapon will increase its fire rate by. I think it's a set rate of like 7% or something like that. I think I remember reading it on one of the forums somewhere. Don't quote me on that, but it's just, like I said, it's a set percentage, but it applies to all weapons. Well, automatic weapons, let's put it that way. And basically, it doesn't reduce your weapon damage, but it just increases your rate of fire by a little bit. But as I said, it's a set percentage, and so it only really benefits weapons that have an already decent rate of fire. And in my book, if it's already got a decent rate of fire, there's no point adding rapid fire, because then it just makes the weapon stupidly uncontrollable. But each to their own. Where it does vary is that if you put it on things like burst weapons or single shot weapons, I think I heard that increases it by a substantial amount, so it makes it much more of a viable option. And in fact, I think that's from what I've used of semi-automatic burst weapons, their rate of fire is pretty slow. They're accurate, but they're slow. That's the trade-off. So if you put on rapid fire, which increases their rate of fire, not massively, but more than what the default range is, makes it a much better weapon in my opinion. So I've definitely been playing around with that, and in future, as I said, I'll hopefully have some footage to share with you of some of my more better games. And that's about it really. Oh, and also combat knife is no longer a weapon, so if you don't attach if you don't bring a secondary or equip a primary, you'll just be equipped with fists, not a combat knife, which I think is a bit of a shame, because fist is 2-hit kill, and I'm not going to spend a point on bringing a combat knife. It's not that good. You know what I mean? Like, you don't bring a knife to a gunfight unless you're suicidal. And I've seen a few players that are quite suicidal, so I guess it suits them. I think that's it really. So another big change is the camos. A lot of them can be customized now. Well, you can create your own basically, so you can have an infinite amount of design types if you wanted to. And also, most of them are no longer unlocked via challenges. You sort of had to just buy those packs and get them from the black market, which Well, I mean, I'd rather it was just camos than actual weapon types, as it was in Advanced Warfare, so I'm not too fussed about that, but I just feel that some camos look actually pretty good to just get for free, but that's just me. And again, I'm not really too fussed about camos, to be honest. That's personal preference. Some people might like a certain camo, some people might think a certain camo looks terrible, so again, it's pretty subjective. However, there is something to worth note. One of the camos that you can get, so diamond camo returns if you unlock all the camos for a specific weapon type. So if you unlock all the camos for all the SMGs or all the ARs or all the snipers, then you get the diamond camo, which does return from Black Ops 2. It's slightly different now, and I don't know if I like it as much as I did the one in Black Ops 2, but yeah, it is what it is. If you want it, work towards it, there you go. There is, however, another camo type which I think is really cool, and it's called Dark Matter, and the chances are you've probably heard about it and seen a little bit about it already, because it's one of those things about the game which a lot of people I know, well, not me personally, but I know a lot of people have been grinding for it. And basically, well, I mean, you've probably seen it, I can't really describe it. It's like a purple, sort of dark purple, but it's very mystical and stuff like that, and it's just really good. And basically you unlock that by unlocking all the camos for all the weapons in the game, including specials. So the combat knife needs to be completed as well. And I mean, I can't even begin to imagine how long it would take for me to do that. I mean, I play the game a lot, but I don't play with all the weapons. I like the weapons that I've got, and I'm good with the weapons that I've got. I'm not good with all the other weapons, so like I said, I may or may not decide to go for it in the long run. Depends how the next Call of Duties are, because the chances are I will not complete it before the next Call of Duty comes out. So yeah, I haven't even managed to talk about the perks and the maps yet, and this video is already over, so I'm gonna have to leave it for the next video. I probably won't release it this week. That other video will probably be next week sometime. So again, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider tapping that like button, and until next time, take care.